Hello again, this is Pei playing some more Dark Souls Remastered. It's a little early on a recording and such, but I felt like doing it, so I was like, I'll just go back and do it now that I've had a break. So last recording, it turns out that once I reached the princess, Dusk, yeah, my hard drive ran out of space. I fixed that problem since, and I don't know exactly how long this recording will be. Probably be about the same length or similar, but that shouldn't happen again, so apologies on that end. Just to kind of recap with it, I defeated Havel, or Havel, however you want to say it. I got his ring, so there you go, which increases my item equipment load. Very useful ring. Very useful for pretty much any build. It's almost overused, but I like it because, you know, you can wield heavier weapons with it, and it's almost essential if you want to do a fast roll build. So this is the bonfire that I got back from earlier. I took a little shortcut back up from the Havel's Tower. So the next step is going to be, now that we've got all that done, finally, all the prep work, we're gonna head to the next area. We're gonna be introduced to a friend, and we are going to end up, just kind of continuing on with the game, see how far we can get for a little bit. So, this playthrough. Go. Awesome. Let's just double check and make sure I was actually recording. Anywho, so. Over here, whatever. So nice I don't have to deal with that Drake. It was kind of it was taxing getting rid of it, but it was worth it. Just to not have to deal with it anymore. So, all right, that's done. And so this area tends to be another one of those. I feel like the first third of this game is generally what brings people to their knees. Which is understandable considering what it is. I'm going to open up this area here. It's going to give a opening here to this area, that shortcut we were just at. Go ahead and clear those out so they'll come back to haunt me later, for the moment. So I've got that done now. And we're just going to head down here. Alright. So there's some dogs down here. Now the best way I found to deal with dogs is just kind of shoot until they die or whack until they die. Again, mace is good for this. Yes, I love me my mace. To be blunt, it's one of the best weapons. So there we
Somebody.
go. Okay.
Please let me out of here. Somebody. Anybody. Help me. Unlock the door. Damn. I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
Now, in order to save this guy, you can't just bang down the door. You have to have the resident key from earlier, from the skeleton guy, from the undead merchant. So, this is the first sorcery teacher you can generally find in the game. So he that doesn't just sell you soul arrows, like the one down at Vinheim.
Brilliant. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Yay! Okay. So I saved him here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do a heal. I'd rather overheal a little bit than underheal. These guys have the fire, so I'm just gonna kind of let them come at me. Ow. Fire hot. Alright. Defeated! Okay. And there's more of them. Of course there are. This is where that poise ring comes in handy, because with that, combined with the fact that I have the boar's helmet on, Fang Boar helmet, it gives me a pretty decent amount of poise for my level. Which is good, because poise is good for you. Alright, so this area here is going to have an ambush. I'm going to go ahead and heal up. We'll be heading to a bonfire pretty shortly for a shortcut. But firstly, we're going to just kind of go through here. We're going to trigger the trap. guy. Alright. Yo! Now, they got really close to putting me at over the maximum on bleed, which is not good, but I survived. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal up again. I'm over healing a little bit, but I figure since I have the that heal spell, I might as well. You know, I can't use it during combat, and it's better to over heal just a little bit than just to under heal because of the way the damage works in this game. Because you take a lot of damage in this game. Alright. Okay. Alright. After that. Shield. Where are you? Woof woof. There we go. And defeated. Go ahead and grab that armor, even though I'm not going to use it. Just because it's there. Try humanity, that's to summon help. Try right, very good, true. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to come back and do this guy. This area ahead is a boss. And he's pretty much the most infamous, one of the most infamous bosses in Dark Souls. I remember facing him my first time. I think it took me 2 days to beat him. And for the longest time, I was so angry at him that I just literally went in and grinded through for 2 days just so I could, like, re-hit him. Because I hate him with a passion. I still dislike him with a passion because of that. I may or may not hold grudges, so. But I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm just gonna be me and, you know, see if we can't kill him in the first try. But I do want to go ahead and get up to the shortcut area because there are some things here that I'm going to need at some point. There's a vendor over here. Alright. Alright, so we got that, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy poison arrows.
Come again if you please.
Now, poison arrows are really, really useful. In fact, it's one of the primary reasons I have a bow and arrow, even though I'm a primarily strength is because of the arrows, poison arrows. They are incredibly useful. In fact, there is a painful encounter that you can completely mitigate with poison arrows. Hence why we're getting them. So, yeah. Alright. Alright, this is coming at me. Great thing about the mace, it's good against these close quarter combat kind of routines. So, always helpful. Always helpful. And let's get this guy spanking. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and top this guy that we just saved. Yeah. So you have to have at least 10 intelligence to be able to learn anything from him. This is primarily a strength slash faith gameplay playthrough. I'm not really going to focus on magic. I'll probably focus on that on a second run, which that run will be a lot different from this one. So.
Oh, hello. At least we both made it back unscathed.
Okay, and that's all he ends up saying to you. Now, if you level up your intelligence to level 10, he'll start speaking to you and he'll offer you things, which is nice. And most classes have 10 intelligence by default. It just happens to be that this class here does not. So we got that done, and okay. Got that done. Now, next steps here. I'm gonna change out some of my armor. I tend to favor a knight armor as a rule. Very simple reasons. The elite knight armor has really good stats for mid-range armor. And right now I can wield it and it'll be at, you know, I'm still at half because of the Havel stream. So, and I'm gonna keep on saying Havel. If someone else says this differently, well, great, I'm not gonna change it. So, exactly like Capra. So, there you go. You could say you can have a lot of fun. That was a very bad pun. Glad I made it. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm putting on this heavier armor, right? And one of the main reasons is because of the area that's incoming. That boss, he will kick your butt when you first come out. So. Okay. Let's do this. This, and I'm gonna switch, and okay, let's give it a whirl. Okay. Typically here, we're gonna run in, turn on the shield because he's gonna go at me. Got rid of the dogs. Okay, I'm gonna heal up. Okay, he's down there. Okay. Now we just play the waiting game. Or not. This is one of those few cases in which. Okay, there we go. Well, perfect. Alright. There you go. There you go. Defeated! Awesome. Alright, so that's that boss done. Cool. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and open up this door. Yes! Killing that boss is always satisfying. There's a reason why I wore that heavier armor. That probably helped a lot, so. I'll eventually shift back out of it for a little bit. So. One nice thing about having the heavier armor is not really the defensive stats, it's the poise. 90 poise is basically going to make it where pretty much nothing can one down me, which is really handy. Alrighty. Now we're gonna kill this one. So we're gonna do some preemptive measures here on some of these areas. So, okay. Firstly, this one, you don't want to take a direct attack. You want to just kind of circle straight. Wait for her, and it's a her, to kind of get around. If you can, you want to do a backstab. There we go. You can't really parry. And dead. And you got a sack, which is the single greatest piece of defensive gear in this game. And most importantly, we got the large ember. That's gonna be useful. There we go. There we go. Alright, mighty fine. Mighty fine. Alright. Now. Look, I got humanity out of that. Awesome. Okay, this one came up again. Spank, 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 spank. Yeah. Okay.
You. Yeah, yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Okay, there we go. So you want to save this guy? He's a pyro sensei. You don't want to actually hit the crates though, because you'll hit him. So you just want to
Being
roll
alive,
through.
I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, of the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
All right, that's done. So these are all things that I like to get done in between the, or I head back up to a bonfire. I might actually get a few sequences out of order here because of it, but this is the way I do it, so I'm just gonna do things my way. So, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna head back up to here. I'm gonna heal quick because of what's incoming. Alright. Deal. There's a shield up here. It's going to be really useful. The spider shield. It's another 3 later, but most importantly, it has a really high poison resistance. So, very useful. It doesn't actually add it, but it makes it where anything it blocks. Pretty much if it's poisoned, it ain't getting through. We'll be switching to it eventually. And you deal with that guy with the plunging attack. If you somehow miss, just spray and pray. You know, don't worry too much about it. Go around here. Now there's multiple pathways here, but there's a reason why I'm going through here. The big area boss here has one of those channelers, the guy from earlier at the cathedral in all blue in episode 2. That is very, very rude. And he buffs the boss if you leave him alive. So basically gotta take care of him ahead of time, so we don't have to deal with that. Because nobody ain't nobody gonna attack him. So best way I have to deal with this is again, bow and arrow. Draw them back one at a time. Because if you go out into that area where the boss, where that guy is at, he is going to, you know, slap you. So lure him out one at a time. And bam. Okay. Also, rats will occasionally drop humanity. Oh, ow. That didn't hurt too bad, honestly. One more rat to kill. You can tell it's buffed up, so we want to deal with this guy. Alright, mighty fine, mighty fine. Okay. Now this guy here, if he does a beat, you just want to kind of, oh. Well, I died. Alright. Yeah, he got me. Lost a lot of souls, too. Ain't over yet. By any means.
Did you see her? That virtuous little maiden, complete with followers in tow? They're probably going straight to pillage graves. I've heard enough about the lady for a lifetime.
Alright, yeah, I did agree with you on that end. Anywho, we'll go ahead and check in with these people, because, yeah.
Oh, hello.
My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
Alright.
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
Yeah.
You are undead as well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Alright. So, I died. That happens. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is head back on. It's all good. It happens from time to time. Also, I'm going to see if we'll track this around. I'll pretend real quick since I'm here. This is actually, I was meaning to head back there anyway, so I think of it as a shortcut. You know, a costly shortcut, but a shortcut. Okay, yeah, so he disappeared temporarily. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just have to go through that area again and not die. That's the rule. So. Item. Eh. Okay. We're just gonna go through and kill these things real quick. Souls and also see what kind of drops they get. Get off me, rat! Off me. Off me. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, while I'm here, since I'm here, I'm gonna buy some arrows. There we go.
Much obliged.
Alright. So that vendor there not only sells those, but she sells dung pies, which basically puts tots in the whole area, including you. And she also does moss. However, I consider that moss to be more of a convenience fee because you can just go to the forest and get them. Which, you know, I'm not really going to do because, again, keeping the grinding down to a minimum. There'll be a little bit of it, but trying to keep it down to a minimum. So, don't really want this whole thing to be just people watching me like kill the same things over and over and over and over again. So, that ain't fun. At least in my opinion. Alright, we'll spank that guy. Yay, invincibility frames. Alright. Now, good news is that big rat from earlier and the butchers, well, they're both dead. So, they're all dead. So I don't have to deal with those again. Which is good. Nor did that one dog. So, it all works out. Just gotta roll with it. I'm on the roll with these dark supplies. Alright. Get that here. we go. Revenge! Haha. Not over yet, though. This area has ambushes. Alright. Okay, there we go. We are making progress. Excellent, 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 excellent. Okay. Now, since I killed that guy earlier, I don't really have to worry about, since I died. The only reason I would have headed back to the bonfires going along. There's not really anything I need there right now. So I just got poisoned. Alright, first order of business is heal. I can make it to the entrance of the this one. So I can do this. It's close by. Okay. Another reason we go that way earlier is that way we can access the bonfire. So I'm gonna ignore those for now because I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Come back and deal with them in a moment. And voila! Made it. Yay! Okay, also got Poppy Humanity. We're gonna kindle this bonfire. This is one of the critical bonfires that we'll want to use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and level up first. So let's see here. Put 1 point into strength just to keep on my damage output, and then focus 1 on endurance. There we go. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a lot of my souls since I have one. Now is a good time to do that. Oh. Think about it, it doesn't ever tell you how many you need for the next level unless you're actually sitting at a bonfire. I find that so. They corrected that in the other games. They didn't correct it in this one. Okay. Yeah, let's go with more strength. Now, eventually, when I get on the Demon's Great Axe, I'm gonna have to go back to my previous outfit, which is one reason why I'm not too, one reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, still can't wield it. That is a-okay. In the meantime, every point of strength is making my mace stronger. So we are gonna transition over to the Demon's Great Axe pretty shortly. Also, there's going to be another really good strength weapon nearby. It's actually a common weapon to element class. And it's a pretty decent weapon. I don't use it often, but it's one that I've been told is very good. Ooh, we got a lot of humanity. Good. Really good. That's the Great Axe. It is nice. Does a lot of damage. 32 strength to wield. I could actually wield it right now. It does regular damage, so there's that. But it is very good. So it has a C scale rating its strength. There's that. Okay. That. Cleared out the rats for now. We go back upstairs here because I totally realized I forgot to kindle the bonfire. What happens when I get talking. So, alright, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So I'm glad we got that humanity because we're gonna need it for the next area that I'm about to take ourselves on. So, gonna be really useful. This area I just kind of run through because of the globules, as I call them. It's not really their name. I thought they're actually called slimes. They're resistant to all physical damage. So you kind of just whack them until they die. You don't have any other effects of attacks. Fire is actually the best thing to use. they are worth killing. If for nothing else, they actually have a very small percentage chance to drop either a green Titanite shard or a large Titanite shard, both of which are used in more advanced forms of weapons. So, they're useful. For example, I just got a large Titanite shard. Very good. Very good indeed. One is wondering what I'm doing. Also, this area is a trap. Kind of run in and roll out. Oh, I missed it. That happens. Just use your spam click your RB and LB buttons, your attack and block buttons, to get out of it quicker. Because he'll just like hit you. He wants to give you a hug, you know. It's also water, so that area there is where the iron ring comes in. But I'm not going to use that for those because that would be kind of a waste. Alright. That area there is going to have a shortcut we're going to want to go through. But before we do anything else, we need to actually unlock the shortcut. There's a couple ways to do it. I have my way, and therefore I do it. So. Let's see here. It's right here. So you gotta be careful here, and you gotta get your curse resistance up. That's the stat on the right, above item discovery. The way you get curse discovery up, resist up, is you either have to have, it's based on how many stacks of humanity you have, or on your gear. And to be honest, most of the gear up to this point doesn't give you good curse resistance. So I'm going to pop 4 humanity, just quite a bit. I dislike ever having to pop that many because when you lose it, when you permanently lose it, it hurts. But we need to do it because we have to have some curse resistance. These enemies, it's going to be entirely based on your curse resistance. Okay. Just gonna kind of take them out one at a time. I'm gonna use a assault. This is also a popular area for invasions, so be on your lookout because people will do that because there's an NPC invader around here when you reach a certain point that will invade. So people will often want to be invaded by him, so you get an option to get his stuff. We're not actually. We are going to be aiming to do that because that he attacks you even if you're off. So. Alright. Just kind of let them us. Down here is going to be a ring that people will tend to go for. The Ring of the Evil Eye. Basically what it does is that every time you kill an enemy, it basically gets a tiny amount of its HP back to you. So that way, you regain health points that way by killing. It's a neat idea in concept. I like it. I used to use it a lot more than I do now. The problem with it is that the games really aren't worth a lot unless you're just like constantly with it. Not keeping much. And I tend to get myself into trouble a lot, so that ring's benefits are not as useful to me. I'm better off trying to prevent the amount of damage I take. So this area here is a little bit of platforming. I'm gonna kind of jump through it. Here we go, get interested in humanity. Which I'm not gonna pop. I'm good for now on the popping of this. So we have 2 goals at this point. Goal number 1 is to get the heck out of here. Which I always get a tiny bit turned around. Now we are on a timetable here because I want to get out of here before I get invaded by a non-NPC invader. That is the goal. That is the okay, perfect. Wrong way. They are a liar. An enemy. There we go. So beating invaders gives you a souls based on their soul level. Also, it gives you 1 stack of humanity. You get their humanity. And in this case, it might give me a chance to get a didn't quite do that, which is sad, but it is what it is. Up a good amount of souls. It's good, it's good, it's real good. Alright. And just gonna travel up here. So this area looks familiar. Is the area where the bonfire is. So basically, that door down there cannot be opened from this side. It has to be opened from the other side. So you have to go all the way around it. Which basically now gives me a shortcut to the next area, which is good, because I'm dead. So next thing we're gonna go for is more strength. I just keep on pumping strength up until I can get that item. There we go. Alright. Ooh, they're using great numbers. So now that all that's done, and we've gotten that far, I'm gonna summon some player help with this one. Now your results may vary with this, and they obviously won't know they're being recorded, so I hope they're good. They probably are based on the items that they're wearing. They probably at least have a passing, pretty decent knowledge of the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and summon them. No, never mind then. Okay. That means either they gave up on getting summoned, or just this guy here will kill you. I died before. So, he sits outside of your bonfire, waiting for you to make a move. Now, I am going to give 1 tip in terms of Dark Souls. PvPers may not like me telling this tip. Whenever you get invaded, right, there is another way you can actually deal with them. If you're really close to a boss area, just run and go ahead and engage the boss, and the invader will get sent back home. Happens to me a lot in certain areas of the game that people keep running with it. So, well, I'm not a big fan of the tactic. If you're watching this, you know, you may not be at that level. Ah, go shiggles. Okay. She's it. Alright. Yep, giving you directions. Now, this upcoming boss is pretty popular. It's not necessarily the most popular co-op boss, but it's definitely used. Ooh, okay. Ooh, another cleric. There we go. Yeah, summon him. So. Yeah. I tend to prefer to summon player NPCs. This here is the soul sign for Lautrec, and also this is for Soler. I tend to want to summon people with that regard, so. Alright. So, now summoning, I didn't really mention this earlier, but what summoning it does, it gives the person in there a chance to join your game temporarily, particularly to deal with the boss. But it also, each one adds 50% more health, 50% more health to the boss. So, you know, typically it's not something people always, you know, it's a trade-off because, you know, if your person you're summoning is weak, you're gonna have a harder time. If they're stronger, it'll be easier. So, but Dark Souls has co-op in it. He basically has invincibility for range, so you don't really want to attack him during that. And there we go. And do a little bow. This is my way of saying thanks for joining me on my fight. Alright. Also, if people going in yellow help you, you get sunlight medals, which is useful, especially if you're trying to get into the Warrior Sunlight Covenant, which we will eventually be joining. So, that'll be one of the primary ones we join. So, alright, well, that's that boss. So, we've gotten there and been successful. So, okay, let's see here. I'm gonna head to. There we go, this way. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah, I do like summoning other people. It makes it more interesting. So that's the rule of thumb. Because I was like, oh no, we lost one of our party. It's usually the beginning. That could be the beginning of the end sometimes, depending on when it happens. Because if someone loses their health like a third of the way through the fight, or a third, then technically you have to do that much more work. Which, I mean, is fair. It's fine. Yeah. And you can technically beat the boss with a broken down sword. Not that I would ever attempt such a thing. Alright. Cool. Okay, and let's see here. Put a couple points into that. And yeah, this is the Dragon King Great Axe. It's similar to the Drake Sword. It has no scaling. It gets quite a powerful starting point. The problem is it costs 50 strength to wield, and that's actually like 39 strength to two-hand. It's not really worth it if you want to be optimal. Okay, there we go. Now I could actually use the Demon's Great Axe two-hand. There we go. There we go. Mighty fine. Okay. So we got that now. Okay. That we could use. So, problem is now I'm over 50% encumbrance. So, best way to deal with that is just to look at what you can downgrade from it. So in my case, because I like the boar helm, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this down. Gets me close. So we're almost there. And then we'll just pick out something with some good bleeding. There we go. That should get me about there. Still not there. Okay. Alright. Okay. Still not there. Okay. Called doing math. Alright. 1 second here. Let's go something a little lighter. Always works out. There we go. Cool. I could have actually stood to get rid of the shield. Anywho, at this point, we've got that weapon. My whack-a-mole is ready. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go back here and kill these guys because I'm hoping they'll drop some large Titan sharks. So as you can tell, as much damage as it does, it's not that much compared to the mace at this low level. So, yeah. Again, it's one of those things. Since I've got it, it's like I have to use it now. Alright. I mean, it's just big hammer. Whack everything in sight. Oh, one other thing about humanity, too. Humanity actually increases your item discovery rate up to 10 stacks of humanity, so very useful whenever you're trying to farm items. Oh. One thing about it, with me being relatively low level for this weapon, I basically chose to stat specialize, so I'm only able to get 2 hits off with it before I run out of stamina. So that is a problem. Typically on this end, what I would say is it's a good problem, because this weapon's awesome. So, I'm happy to get it. Alright. We are going to upgrade it a bit now, just so that way we have it. But I also wanted to show how this weapon's going to work, because it is going to be something that will be integral to what we do later on as we go along. So, fortunately, I still have the poise ring, so I can semi-tank through hits. Okay. Whack, whack, whack. This weapon is one of the heaviest in the game, so that is one of the disadvantages to it. Now I could have gone back and probably spent a few more souls and got another strength level or another endurance level. But that being said, I didn't want to do that. So I want to go ahead and upgrade this weapon a bit because we've got the large flame ember, and we need to talk to that guy. So, plus there's a few story things up here, I want to get handled. So, we're just gonna go ahead and do all that. So. Oh, that just doesn't get old. Alright. The good news is this early game, I mean, this weapon just basically one-shots anything that it hits. So, yeah, that's the good news. Even two-handed. So. drop anything? Nope. Okay, gotta be careful. Okay. Done that part. We're gonna head back up to Firelink Shrine temporarily. That way we can go visit the vendor. So one thing about the early part of this game, and I like this, some people may not, there is a lot of backtracking. As you go along with the game, I'm not going to spoil anything directly, but there is, there's an item that will eventually reduce the amount of backtracking you have to do significantly. So, if you get upset about that, just tough it out. You'll get better eventually. Also whack. Whack-a-mole. Oh. One disadvantage to this weapon is the limited reach. Okay. Yeah. So areas like this are the main weapons like that existence. So I'm just gonna shoot arrows. Alright. So yeah, that is one thing about it. And I actually like that the devs did that. You can't just clip it through a wall and expect it to, you know, if it hits a wall, it's not going to work as effectively. And I think that's fair. It gives a dynamic to the various weapons that you're going to be using. You know, it adds a little bit of balance to it. Now then, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm running back to that one vendor for a couple of reasons. So we're gonna do this and this and this and this. Okay. We're gonna talk to this guy.
Well, what are you going to do? I've already decided. I don't really care. I'm simply crestfallen.
Yes, get your pity party somewhere else, boy.
Oh, hello. I'm considering a change of location. I have a rather pressing matter to attend to up above. That keeper has served me well, but enough with her.
Sure, it'll be fine. Okay, first things first. So we're not going to spend any souls on that end, we're going to save them up. Reason being, we need the souls for this later. Okay, so my party, Petrus and all them are gone for now. We'll see if they return or not, so. Alright. Traveling up. Elevator, elevator, elevator. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing we did originally when we were trying to level up the mace. I love it. Okay, sneak attack. I doubt we'll get anything worthwhile, but if we do, it'll be worth doing, and even if we don't, we'll get souls out of it. And souls are useful, so how much damage this does. Couldn't quite just yeet through as a shield, but did pretty good. So, the nice thing about that vendor that we're going to, he sells Titanite shards, an unlimited amount of them, for 800 souls apiece. Now one thing about weapon reinforcing is that the stronger the weapon like this, the more it costs to upgrade. So, there's one thing to consider. So each of these upgrades is going to cost 800 souls. So, one Titanite shard times that. Okay, didn't get anything from it. That is A-okay though. I'm not going to be going around trying to farm Titanite shards. It's boring. so we're just gonna go ahead and go to the vendor and get it ready. Okay. Not gonna bother with the bonfire. We're good. Talk to him.
Ah, why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
You want some ember? Yeah, let's get them all fired up.
You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade the mace to +6 while I'm at it. Because eventually I'll have to go back to the other one there, because, you know, I do like having options. But it'll be nice to have things getting moving. I'm gonna use this, and this, alright. And then this.
Don't get
voila!
yourself killed.
Alright. So now, that axe does 113 more damage. So, and it's now upgraded to the 2nd tier. So now I don't have to worry about doing all that again. So I don't have to worry about, you know, getting large titanite shards and not being able to use them. The mace does a decent amount too. It's 240. Let's see how much it is with 3. Yeah, 268. Not bad. This is better. So. Alright. Also, since we are, you know, two-handing it, we should probably use that. And then, okay. Just have to pick something even lighter. Do I have this lighter? Oh yeah, these gloves. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Excellent. Okay. That way we get increased stamina regen, which, especially since I'm two-handing, if you're gonna use a shield, if you're gonna two-hand, then Grass Crush Shield as a rule. It's the one I typically recommend. Alright. That gets that done. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and call this recording a little bit shorter. I'm gonna stop off at Firelink Shrine just to rest, and then we'll continue on next time. So, if you have watched, thank you for, you know, taking the time to watch. Hopefully it's helped you with something if you needed the help. If not, I hope you've, you know, enjoyed, gotten mildly entertained out of it, and such. So, one thing as well is that if anyone has any feedback as to how I can do anything better, or things that you want to see, I am open to it. Not going to guarantee that I'm just going to accept anything straight out the gate, but I am relatively new to recording, so if there's any tips you may have or things of that nature, you know, if you wouldn't mind just IMing me, sending me a message, or you can just put it in the comments, that's fine too. So with that, I want to say thank you, and I hope you have a great night.